should you do if you think we are heading into a recession? This is my original recession investing wish list all the way back from November 2008. So cool that I had to get it laminated. Because, look, we all saw the revised job numbers over the last few months came out, and they were not good. And I'm thinking more now than I have with the tariffs and the trade wars and everything going on, that a recession could be imminent. What does that mean? I don't know. Next 6 to 12 months, maybe? Look, I think there are going to be 3 to 4 waves of downturns in the markets. Wave 1 is the what if wave. We're going to see that right now. What if these numbers are bad? What if there's a contracting of the economy? Oh no. And you're going to see companies maybe start to do spending freezes, hiring freezes. Maybe they're going to pause on mergers and acquisitions. Maybe they're going to contract a little bit on their spending type, just like what we do at home when we think, oh, things aren't looking so good. And maybe we cut back on our spending a little bit. And this might not be because of something that has like concretely happened, but more the mental thing of like, something might be happening here. Better safe than sorry. Let's all cut back. Wave number 2 is that Trump follows through with these tariffs. Now, we've seen him before say we're going to do tariffs of 100% and higher, and then it's 15% or it's 35%, or, they change their mind like the weather. They're changing their mind all the time on these tariffs. But let's just say that this time he really does mean it, and he is going to go ahead and enact these tariffs, and they're here to stay at least for a while. Wave 2 could be, oh shit, he's really going to do this, which might happen. And what happens next is that companies, they revise their earnings or they adjust their guidance for the next quarter, right? So they say, next quarter we project that we're going to have sales like this and revenue like that. They might adjust it down and say, well, we thought it was going to be here, but now we're thinking here. What happens in the market? Everybody freaks out. Oh no, if it's happening to this company and that company, oh no. And everyone starts to panic. And that would be wave 2 of market downturns. And again, this could be months down the road. Wave number 3 of a downturn in the markets could be companies doing spending freezes, layoffs, corporate debt increasing. Small businesses could get absolutely obliterated or crushed because of these policies. I mean, we're already seeing small businesses really struggle to keep up with inflation or the threat of inflation. Companies are calling up these mom and pop businesses saying, hey, we get a lot of our stuff from overseas and we're going to have to raise the prices by 40%, which means you're going to have to pay more to get the stuff, which means you're going to have to pass it on to the consumers, and your business could be in trouble. It could get really nasty. And again, this could be months and months down the road because, well, they put it into effect. Now we have to see, are the people really going to cut back on their spending? Oh, no, they really did cut back on their spending. Now we're going to revise and we're going to revise. And this could take place over many months. Wave number 4 is the bottom and then eyes on the recovery. Stuff like stimulus packages, stuff like cutting the interest rates to spur economic growth. The recovery will be uneven. Some companies will start to recover faster than other companies. And this could be the bottom of the downtrend. Again, could be 12 months, could be 15 months down the road. If you are the type of investor who just puts X amount of dollars into your Roth IRA or 401k or retirement or individual brokerage account in an S&P 500 or a tech fund or a dividend fund or all of the above, nothing really probably has to change unless you're also worried about job loss and you don't have an emergency rainy day fund. Then maybe you divert some of that money, because an emergency rainy day fund should always be the first thing you have 6 to 12 months saved up. And by the way, this isn't like a snap your fingers, that was a bad snap. Snap your fingers and it's done. This is the kind of thing where you slowly add a little bit to a savings account periodically, as much as you can, as often as you can, so it's there. This isn't the kind of thing where, oh, I need $5,000 in the account, I'm just going to move some money around. This is also a process. But if you're the type of investor who is doing that, a little every month into the funds, you're going to buy at highs, you're going to buy at lows, everywhere in between. I wouldn't worry about necessarily like, I have to stop and wait for the bottom. But if you're the investor who's like me, who's been investing for 20 years, you don't really have to invest every single month. You're good, you're taken care of, but you're eyeing the fact that there could be a recession. Really, get you a wish list. This video is in a playlist called Recession Investing. Go watch the videos on how to create a wish list. Make your own. This is mine. Well, this is from 2008. This is the one for the current recession. But this is my list. Every investor is different. So make your own wish list. Go watch the videos. Learn how to do it. Because there are going to be opportunities. Now, I'm not just going to sit on the sidelines. I'm going to be buying on every one of these waves down. And yeah, markets might go lower, but if they're high quality investments and you're diversified, that should mitigate some of the risk, especially if these are very stable long-term investments. If you're throwing all your money into a penny stock and going, oh, this is going to be it for me, much different strategy. All right, see you later.